Hey everyone! Today, we've got a lot to unpack because the full kit details for SKIRK have finally been revealed in the Genshin Impact 5.7 beta. And I have to say, she's looking like one of the most unique characters we've seen in a long time. In this video, we're going to do a deep dive into her stats, abilities, mechanics, and overall playstyle. Whether you're wondering if she's worth your precious primogems, or just curious about how she fits into the current meta, this breakdown will cover everything you need to know. Let's start with the raw numbers. At level 90, SKIRK has 12,417 HP, 359 base attack, and 806 defense. Pretty average until you factor in her ascension stat critical damage, which gives her a whopping plus 38%. That's a stat you usually only see on high burst potential characters, so it immediately tells us something. She's likely built to hit hard. Now, let's talk about her signature weapon. This sword has 608 base attack and an impressive 33% crit rate. Already a strong combo, but the weapon's passive pushes it over the top. After casting her elemental skill, SKIRK gains a 24% attack buff for 12 seconds. And if her energy is at 0, she gets another 24% attack plus 40% crit damage. That's a massive damage window, but it all hinges on her unique mechanic, energyless bursts. SKIRK doesn't use energy to activate her elemental burst. Instead, she relies on a new resource called Serpent Subtlety. This resource acts like fuel for her kit, used to power up her enhanced state and trigger her burst. You get 45 stacks instantly when activating her skill, either by tapping or holding. If you tap, SKIRK instantly enters 7-phase flash, her enhanced mode. If you hold the skill, she performs a controllable dash that you can aim manually before entering the state. Regardless of how you do it, 7-phase flash is where her gameplay truly comes alive. In this mode, normal and charged attacks convert to cryo damage, her AoE increases significantly, and she gets interruption resistance, great for uninterrupted DPS. And most uniquely, she can sprint across water. Yes, you heard that right. She can glide over water like Mona or Farina, but with actual combat integration. But don't get too comfy. Her enhanced state drains Serpent Subtlety continuously, and once it runs out, or if you swap characters, she exits the mode and her skill goes on cooldown. This makes SKIRK a high-skill, high-reward character. She's not for those who want press skill, forget it gameplay. You'll need to manage her stacks, position her properly, and make every second in that enhanced state count. Outside of her enhanced state, SKIRK has a standard 5-hit sword combo. But in 7-phase flash, her charged attack changes drastically. It becomes a spinning glaive-like attack that strikes enemies in a wide arc. Great for crowd control. It's not just visually cool, it helps maintain pressure, especially in multi-target situations. Now, let's talk about her burst, because it's unlike anything we've seen. As mentioned, it doesn't cost energy. Instead, it consumes at least 50 Serpent Subtlety stacks, unleashing a flurry of cryo slashes in an AoE. If you've hoarded more than 50 stacks, you get extra damage scaling, up to 12 stacks, so the more you manage her stack, the harder she hits. But it gets more interesting. If you activate her burst during her enhanced mode, it transforms into a rapid onslaught version. This version doesn't consume stacks, but instead applies a special buff called Withering. Withering enhances her normal attacks for each hit she lands, stacking up to 10 times and increasing her damage each time. Another core part of her kit is the Void Rift system. These rifts appear when your team triggers cryo-based reactions like Frozen, Superconduct, Cryo Swirl, or Cryo Crystallize. What's cool is that SKIRK doesn't have to trigger the reactions herself, any team member can. These rifts are generated passively, can be absorbed using her charged attack in enhanced mode, her special burst, or during the dashing animation. This creates a natural synergy between her and cryo or hydro supports, rewarding teams that consistently apply cryo-based reactions. Speaking of synergy, one of her passive talents encourages team building around cryo and hydro characters. For each cryo or hydro character that deals damage, she gains a stacking buff called Death's Crossing. This increases both her normal attack and burst damage while in her enhanced mode. It caps at 3 stacks with scaling multipliers, up to 170% on enhanced normal attacks, and up to 160% on her burst, depending on stacks. And she's got a passive that raises all teammates' elemental skill levels by 1 when you have both Hydro and Cryo represented, which might sound small but can add up in coordinated teams. Now, let's touch on Constellations, because hers are stacked with value. C1 makes Void Rift Absorption cause AoE Cryo damage, scaling at 500% attack that's massive and counts as charged attack damage. C2 grants Extra Serpent. Subtlety stacks and increases her burst damage cap. It also gives her enhanced normal attacks a flat 60% damage boost. C6 introduces Foul Art Slash, a mechanic that layers bonus effects based on how many Void Rifts she's absorbed. From bonus burst slashes to retaliation when taking damage, this Constellation turns her into an offensive powerhouse with defensive counterplay. So what's the verdict? SKIRK is not a plug-and-play character. She's a unit that rewards precision and timing. She offers a completely new twist on burst design, using a custom resource instead of energy, which opens up new team-building options and gameplay loops. If you enjoy characters who demand focus and planning, think Raiden National, but with more stack management and positional play, SKIRK might be your next obsession. But if you prefer simplicity, set and forget rotations, or don't want to track stack counters mid-fight, she may not be the best fit for you. Anyway, what do you think of her kit? Are you excited about the energy-free burst mechanic? Do her mechanics sound fun or overwhelming? Drop your thoughts down in the comments below. If this breakdown helped you, consider hitting like and subscribing for more video like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.